What's going on, people? How you guys doing? Oh man. So, old dog Anti-Imperial to chill here, getting things ready. Diversity outspoken, old dog Anti-Imperial to chill, right? So, the first thing is the reason why it's old dog Anti-Imperial to chill. I have three names. That's my artist name, right? I do music. Old Dog, Anti-Imperial, and The Chill. Three names. The first name, Old Dog. Old Dog is, his character. He's kind of like a funny guy. He's a clown. Sexually explicit. He kind of gets angry at times, maybe stuff like that. Not angry in a bad way, but angry in a funny way. Like I said, he's a clown, and very sexually explicit and things like that. That's Old Dog. Anti-Imperial is the other one. Anti-Imperial is more the center, because it's more about who I truly am, right? So Anti-Imperial is more about politics and history and social issues and upliftment and education and sociology and physiology and psychology and things like that. So that's Anti-Imperial. What's going on? What's going on, Martinez? I see you. That's Anti-Imperial. And The Chill is the last one. What's going on, Emma? How you doing, sister? The Chill is the hopeless romantic, all about falling in love and things like that. All right? So that's Old Dog Anti-Imperial, The Chill. We call this Diversity Outspoken. We do this every Sunday and every Wednesday. That is United States Eastern Time Zone, 9 p.m. Right? So if you are, for example, in China, right? That would be like, let's say you're in Beijing, you're 12 hours ahead. That would be 9 a.m. right, on Monday mornings and on Thursday mornings. But if you are in the United States, that would be 9 p.m. on Wednesday nights and Sunday nights, United States Eastern Time Zone. Sorry to hear that, Emma. As soon as I get done here, I will DM you and we'll talk about it. Okay? As soon as I get done here, I'll DM you and we'll talk about it. All right. Diversity Outspoken, you guys, and this is what we're about to talk about today. Also, remember, you guys, that I do the daily historical post every day. I just don't want to put your stuff, Emma, out here, for the whole public. So I will definitely DM you as soon as we are done here. I will definitely DM you, sister. I love you and I'll always be here for you. So whatever you want to talk about, we'll talk about. All right? Whatever I can help you out with, sister, I'm always here for you. It's all good. Every day I do a daily historical post. So if you get bored, you guys, if there's something that you're at work or you're at home and you're bored, anytime around like 12 in the afternoon, this is also United States Eastern Time Zone. If you're anytime around like 12 in the afternoon, between 12 p.m. and about like 3:30 p.m., I'll post a daily historical post. And those posts are just about what went on that date, on that particular date, but in the past, in history. So, sometimes I post things that happened decades ago. Sometimes I post things that happened hundreds of years ago. Sometimes I post things that happened thousands of years ago. And I usually do like 3 or 4 posts a day, right? Like 3 or 4 historical events in that post every day, pretty much. Unless there's like one serious one that takes up a whole bunch of a whole bunch of space to explain, then I'll just do one sometimes. If it's a real serious matter that happened back in the day sometime that, I just need to explain to make everybody understand. Anti-Imperial, you guys. What's going on? What's going on? We will Coffee 420. Anti-Imperial, you guys. Anti-Imperial YouTube. That's how you get on touch with me on YouTube. It's Anti-Space Imperial. On Instagram, it's anti_imperial. So if you want to get to me on Instagram, it's @anti, and there'll be a little line down here @anti_imperial, @anti_imperial on Instagram. But on YouTube, it's just Anti-Imperial with a space in between. You want to follow me on that YouTube? You want to subscribe? The easiest way to subscribe on that YouTube to YouTube, you guys, is for all of you guys watching me on Instagram. Go to my IG bio page. You guys know we all get that Instagram bio page. And in our IG bio page, our Instagram bio page, we all get that one line that is a link. We can put a link there, and that link is always my latest video. My latest music video, either a lyric video or a straight up music video, is always my latest video. And therefore, if you go to my Instagram bio page, click that link, let the video come up. It's always a YouTube video, and you can go ahead and click that subscribe button that is right there as soon as that video comes up, and that's the easiest way to subscribe, and I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Today, you guys, there's a couple things I want to discuss, but we'll see if we get to the second thing. So the first thing I want to talk about, is your brain. Ding. the light bulb. Ding. Right? You guys know the light bulb is my thing. If you guys ever look at whatever I post, I always sign off old dog Anti-Imperial to chill, and there's that light bulb, right? Because it's all about education. Education is my number one key in life, so that's what it's all about. So that's why I light bulb. Ding. Right? So the brain. Now, what I want to talk about, you guys, what I want to kind of get, I want to help y'all out, because this is what happened, right? So a bunch of people, they're always asking me, they're always like, why are you so happy? Why are you always so happy? And my whole life, I've been a happy person. I've been happy all the time, my whole life. Blessing my brother Razel. What's going on? Blessing my brother. You know what I'm saying? Respect, brethren. It's all good. They're like, why are you always happy, right? Why are you always happy? You're always happy. You're never mad, never anything. You know, I think I said this before on here. You know, in my entire life, I have never cursed a person out. You know that? In my entire life, I've never been like, you know what? Like, F you, you're a B, you're a H, you're a this. Like, I've never done that in my entire life to anybody. You know what I'm saying? And, I've gotten sad, you know what I mean? I've gotten sad before in my life, of course, like when, you know, things happen that, you know, are bad to you or bad in your life. I'll get sad, but I don't waste too much time on that sadness, but I do get sad. You know, I do shed tears, if things are bad. But I'm happy so much. Like, even when I'm sad, it'll only be for a small amount of time, and then I'm right back to happiness. And I covered that before in another episode of Diversity Outspoken, because I spoke about how I don't try not to dwell too much on the sadness. Remember, I was talking about the ways to reduce your, I think it was the anxiety and stress. And I said to, you know, if you're sad, get sad, but then focus on what you have to do, because if you're sad for a long period of time, you're still not correcting the problem. So once you're done being sad, the problem's going to still be there. So try not to be sad for too long, and try to start working on the problem as soon as possible. But anyway, that was that episode of Diversity Outspoken. But so I get a lot of DMs and stuff, and just people that know me, and people that, you know, when I do shows and just different things or whatever around the world. People are like, man, you're so happy. Every time I see you, you're so happy. You're always happy. You're always smiling. You're always laughing. And they're always like, why? Like, how does it get that way? And I'm like, man, you know what? I don't really know. Like, I've always been a happy person. I was a happy baby. My mom says, you know what? Omar's my name, my real name, right? Like, she's like, you know what, Omar? If it wasn't for you, she's like, I would have never had your little brother. Because she's like, man, you were the nicest, sweetest, happiest kid. She says, so then when I was like, you know, I gotta have more kids like this. She's like, but then when I had like your little brother after you, he was so mean and grumpy. And she's like, that's what I was the last kid I had. So so that's how that goes or whatever. But I don't know why I'm so happy. I'm just like that all the time. I was going on Superstar 617. I'm just like that all the time. I've just always been like that. So it just is what it is, you know? But I told the people, so people that always ask me and say things, and I've gotten a lot over the past, like, you know, months I've been on Instagram, I guess, because people are just, you know, finding out who I am and things like that. And I wasn't on Instagram before, so, you know, it wasn't until about 8 months when I got on here and stuff like that. So people are starting to learn who I am, and they're always like, man, you're always happy. Why are you so happy all the time? And I was like, well, I guess I don't know. I could take a long time to explain it, but I won't. But what I will do, though, is kind of think about a couple things as time goes on that I can kind of like put into words that kind of maybe will, I guess, explain and try to help people out with just not wasting your time on not being happy. I guess instead of like trying to make you happy, I'm trying to find a way to help you out with not being not happy, if that makes sense. Right? So we'll see what we can do, you guys. But the first concept, so I was thinking about this, and then I started to write, which I'm always writing, right? Like, I'm a musician, and I usually write, I create music from scratch. So usually I hear the notes in my head, I hear the sounds in my mind, and I musically notate, which is my speciality. I musically notate all the sounds I hear, all the violin sounds, all the guitar sounds, all the drum sounds, all the oboe sounds and the saxophone sounds and things like that, and the bells and things like that. I hear it in my mind, and I'll musically notate over a period of time, and then I'll hire an orchestra. I'll bring and I'll give the orchestra all my musical notation sheets, and the orchestra will play the music that I heard in my mind and musically notated, and that's how I usually come up with a lot of my songs. There's some songs that I'll just produce, or I'll just create, just using up to date equipment, pianos and things like that, drum machines and things like that. More of the harder core sounding like rap songs that I'll have or whatever. But for the most part, like for example, Asian Eloquence, which I hope all of you guys have heard. Asian Eloquence. Asian Eloquence is all live instruments. I musically notated that whole song, and it's all live. I hired an orchestra. I brought an orchestra in, and they played all the music. So when you hear Asian Eloquence, you'll hear a bunch of weird sounds in the background, violins, beautiful music, and things like that. And that's because it's all live instruments. It's all orchestrated music, right? But the brain, my brain, happiness. So this is what I was thinking about earlier today, right? So I was writing, and I was thinking about this earlier today, and this is what I came up with. So I have my notes here, If you look at it, see what it says right there? It says money in the brain, $10 a day. These are the beginning of my notes. So money in the brain, you guys, right? What's going on? 36, how you doing? It's all good. Money in the brain. So I kind of look at every day, you guys, like you get a deposit, let's say, right? It's kind of like a bank. It's like money in the bank, right? But it's money in the brain. Ding. Right? So money in the bank. So every day, let's say you get a deposit, like you get $10 in the bank every day. You're like, damn, $10. That's all. Damn, that's all you giving us is $10 a day. Man, we gonna go broke. We gonna go broke quick as hell, right? What's going on, motivational comedian? I see you. Mr. Woody. We gonna go broke quick as hell. Oh, that's all you giving us? $10 a day. $10 a day. This is how I came up with everything. I'm doing good. I'm doing good, Pac Nation. Good to see you. This is how I came up with everything. So $10 a day, right? And that is what is deposited in your brain every day. So in your brain every day, you get $10. All right? $10 a day. Now, with that $10 a day, you will start to deplete that $10 a day off of the stress and sadness that you will allow or bring on to yourself in life. All right? You have this $10 that you have every day. So, for example, if you start to get into an argument, right, with someone on social media, on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, that's like $6 depleted right there. That's like $6 depleted right there. You only got $4 left in your brain for the rest of the day if you start to argue with somebody on social media, right? There's something that they created on these social media platforms, and it's called a block. And it takes 1 second to push the button and block whoever you want to, and you never, ever, ever. Interstellar Traveler, how you doing, sister? It's all good. And you never, ever, ever have to hear from them ever again. All right? You never have to hear from them ever again. If there's a whole bunch of people trying to argue with you on social media, guess what you start? A block party. Just start a block party, right? And you can block as many people as you want to, right? Start a block party, okay? It's all good. It's all good. Good evening. Good evening, Interstellar Traveler. I see you, my sister, with that anime, you know what I'm saying, doing your thing. It's all good. Hey, I'm over here in Asia right now, so you know. So you know we know all about the anime over here. It's all good. And so the traveler says, and your coursework, man. We love that you're doing your work, sister. You're keeping up on that. You know what I'm saying? Education is always the key. Definitely. And so the traveler says, oh, what's going on? Vesky says, hallelujah, definitely. Interstellar Traveler says, my block list is long. Left my F and AO. Left the asshole. But it's all good. Over here it's like 9 something in the morning, sister. It's like 9. I'm 12 hours ahead of you guys. So whatever time it is over there, 9:17? 9:17, yes. 9:17 a.m. That's all it is. It's all good. So it's Thursday over here already. Visky says, I'm definitely finna have a block party. Hey, you can always have a block party. You know what I'm saying? So you get $10. You get $10. I'm gonna play music and everything. Exactly. Hey, and if I'm not pronouncing it correctly, Vesky, I'm sorry. It's either Visky or Vesky. I'm sorry. I can't hear the pronunciation from here. So, Vesky, I love you though. I love you to death. But yeah, Interstellar Traveler, Interstellar, like, god dang, it's 9:07 p.m. there. Yes, in New York. Yes, which is why, I try to go with, Diversity Outspoken Wednesday nights, Sunday nights, United States Eastern Time Zone. So that you guys, I do this for you guys. You know what I'm saying? It's not for me or whatever. So, but it's all good. And Vesky, she's laughing. It's all good. It's Visky, boom, Visky, I got it, boom, Visky. That's what I want to know. That's my family right there, Visky, for sure. But so you get $10 in your brain every day. Do not argue with people on social media. You will deduct from your daily deposit of $10. All right, your daily deposit of $10 I'm giving you in your brain every day. Do not argue with people on social media. All right. First of all, you don't even know them. So why are you arguing with people you don't even know? No, it's a waste of time. You don't even know these people. They have no impact on your life, okay? You don't even know them. You don't even know them personally, and they don't know you, all right? They don't know you. So a lot of times, especially if people come at you for something that you said or a comment you made, they don't even know you. All right, they don't even know you. Okay, it's all good. Definitely love you, Visky. It's all good. Also, you guys, you're not going to change them. Okay, there's 2 sides of this. There's 2 reasons why you're not going to change them. People are either on one side or the other side. The first side is you're not going to change them because the person you're arguing with is probably a grown adult. Okay. And if you argue with somebody who's a grown adult, just like all of us here right now, grown adults have their beliefs, have their values, and they are not changing them for nobody, you guys. Grown adults, once you hit a certain age, these are all my theories, right? My personal theories. Once you hit a certain age, when you get past like those high school years, once you hit a certain age, your young 20s, whatever was instilled in you growing up by your parents, your surroundings, your culture, and things like that, your beliefs, religiously, social-wise, culturally, your beliefs and your feelings about things, they're embedded and ingrained in stone within you. Nobody's going to change them. And you're not going to change anybody else's. All right, definitely Interstellar Traveler, nature versus nurture. I have a whole series on that. Like in a couple of months, we're going to talk about that. Cause I start doing more psychological things. I do the id and all that type of stuff. But definitely, nature versus nurture. You're not going to change when adults get to a certain age in their young 20s. You're not going to change them. So to be on social media and going back and forth with them about anything, whether it's religion, politics, whatever it is. You're not going to change their mind, and they're not going to change your mind. All right? Whatever you feel and believe and whatever's inside of you is going to be inside of you if you're an adult. That's the one side. I told you there was two sides. The other side, if you're arguing with a kid on social media, kids are immature. So they're not listening to what you're telling them. They just want to get a reaction out of you. It's like the substitute teacher in school. Okay? It's like the substitute teacher in school. The kids just want the substitute teacher to yell and curse. That will make their day. Not because they want to run and tell the principal, right? They don't care about really getting the substitute teacher in trouble. But they want to get the substitute teacher upset. So the substitute teacher just says, "Shut up, sit down, right? Like it goes crazy, and that will make the kids' day, you guys. They'll be like, whoa! They'll be happy as hell. That will make their day. They will be talking about that for the next week. All right? They'll be talking about that for the next week. Okay? So, exactly. And this other traveler says, they'll change on their own one day through experiences. And Visky says, yep, and by 40 it's over as far as changing in personality. Exactly, Visky. Man, when you start to get like 40 and stuff like that, when people start to get that age, it's a done deal. It's whatever they are is what they are. That's it. It's a done deal. Whatever their habits are is what they are. It ain't changing, people. It ain't changing. So don't be arguing with people. Thank you very much, Visky and Interstellar Traveler. Both you guys made great points. Made great points. Interstellar Traveler just told Visky, I believe that too, because some people in their 40s that are still crazy as far as hood goes will not change. Definitely. How you doing, 77? We see you. But so that's how it is. So when people on social media, you guys, don't worry about it. Don't go back and forth with people. Don't do anything like that. All right. Me personally, and instead of Travis says in NYC, a man in his 40s and 50s is dressing like a teenager with a red flag. That's just the way it is. You got some cats from the hood that's gonna be hood forever. And so, Travis, I feel what you're saying. But man, like on social media, like even when, you know, I might go on other pages and comment and things like that. First of all, like I tell you guys all the time, I get like 25, 30 DMs a day, right? And so if it's not my personal post, if I am on another page or something like that and see something, I make a comment, I don't even really go back to those pages to see if anybody responded to my comment. You see what I'm saying? So I just don't have the time, though. I'm trying to like answer all my 25, 30 DMs every day, plus like deal with like doing my music and stuff like that. So if anybody ever wants to contact me, which I always say here, if you want to contact me through DM. That's the way to get in touch with me. If you contact me through DM, I'll have a conversation with you about what you want to talk about. You know what I mean? But usually like on posts and stuff like that, I really don't have time. I just don't have the time to be typing and going back and forth with people with typing and stuff like that. At least with DM, I can do the voice. You know what I'm saying? I can leave a voice message and like do it like that, so at least I can get it out faster. You don't have to sit there typing for like 15 minutes just for the person to disagree with what I said. You know what I'm saying? Let's jump. Yeah, no, I feel you. Instead of traveling, you talking about the red flag, like the Bloods, right? Like the gang members. Like I got you. We all understood what you were saying, sister. It's all good. But man, you're definitely not going to change them whether they're grown adults. You're not going to change a grown adult because grown adults are set in their ways. If they're little kids or young people, you're not going to change them because a lot of young people don't want to be changed. What's going on? How you doing, Maria? How you doing, sister? How you doing, beautiful? They don't want to change, right? That's the way that goes. Not only will arguing with somebody not change that, you guys, but you are wasting moments that you're never going to get back. Okay? You're never going to get these moments back, you guys. Like, we all live one time. All right? You only live once. try to not add stress and anxiety to these moments that you're going to live. Okay? And be that you only live once, which I have a whole another Diversity Outspoken episode on how you only live once. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not going to get into this part of it right now, but being that you only live once is a side note. This is not part of this thing, but a side note is that's another reason why you shouldn't ever put anything off for tomorrow when you can complete it today. Because you only live one time. So if you got something to do it today and get it over with, you guys. Because man, like, try to be as successful as possible. Try to, try not to be lazy, man. Try not to leave things for the next day and the next day and the next day. You know what I'm saying? So, she says no. I mean, a red flag. I got you. Like warning, like a red flag. I got you, Interstellar Traveler. Interstellar Traveler said no, not like a game where like Bloods and Crips, but like people in their 40s and 50s and stuff like that. There's a red flag as far as like, man, don't mess with that person. I got you. Yeah. I see what you mean now. Thank you very much. Red flag, it's all good. When you said hood, I thought you meant like the guys in the hood that wear the red flags. But I got you 100%. I got you 100%. Dressed like a teenager. Yeah. When you see that, you're like, oh, that guy is not for me. I got you, sister, for sure. Thank you for the heart, Maria. I appreciate it. Interstellar Traveler says a person's appearance says a lot about them. Definitely. A person's appearance does say a lot about them. That is definitely true, for sure. Right? The thing about it is, you guys, is that you don't want to definitely waste moments in life, right? Make sure you're not wasting moments in life. Make sure that you're doing the right thing as far as like not being lazy, as far as like going out, getting done what you have to get done for the day. Every day, there's always things I can never get to, right? There's always things that's left on my list in my brain that I need to continue to do. But I get the majority of things done throughout the day, I think, as far as trying to, continue to, excel, you know what I'm saying, to that next level in life that I always feel like I'm trying to reach, right? I try not to ever get bored of things, and I always give myself new challenges and things like that so that I can continue to, just move on. What's going on, Nate? How you doing? So definitely do that, right? I don't argue with people. And that's part of that whole blocking people if you don't agree with them on social media. Just don't argue with them, because remember you guys, where this started, this is money in the brain. I'm giving you money in the brain. I'm giving you $10 a day in your brain. Arguing with people just depletes, withdrawal. Starts to withdraw that money out your brain. You know what I'm saying? Starts to withdraw that money out your brain. Don't be withdrawing the money off of negative stuff. Don't be arguing with people. I don't argue with people. I don't argue with anybody. I argue with no one. And this is not something new. I've always been like this. This is always this is why whoever I'm in a relationship with, they end up hating me. I frustrate them, because whoever I'm in a relationship with, you guys, they can argue, but they will argue with themselves. I will sit there just like this. Just like this. Until they're done. And they can yell and scream. I'm just like this. And then when they're done, I will say, okay, so you're finished? Okay. So what do you suggest we do? What do you suggest? I don't argue with anybody. I don't argue with anybody. What's going on, True? I see you. I don't argue with anybody, anything like that. I want to know what's the solution. Because if you want to sit there and argue over and over and over and over and over again nonstop, what's the solution? Because I'm not going to be arguing with you for the sake of arguing with you. It's not going to happen. Because apparently you're arguing, or you're upset, or you're frustrated because something is not going right? Something's not sitting well with you. Something maybe that I did, or something that's just happening as a whole, is not going correctly. So, let me know what is not going correctly. Fine. And then, what can we do to fix what is not going correctly? Now, we can either fix what is not going correctly. It might be something like she hates the way, or he hates the way, or whoever hates the way that I do something, let's say. Okay, well, I then have to, in my mind, analyze what they said, what they like, what they do not like that I do, and I have to ask myself, well, is this going to be something that I can change? Right? What's going on, 23? How you doing? Or is this going to be something that is set inside of me? Is this something that is embedded inside of me and part of my character, who I am as a person, that I'm not willing to change? So I don't argue with people. If somebody wants to argue with me and they don't like something that I'm doing, I just sit there, and when they're done, I say, okay, well, that is either one of two things. I say, okay, well, I'll work on that. And I think I'll change that. You just got to give me some time. You know, it's a habit that I have, and that I really don't realize that I do. But you have to give me some time, and I'll change that. That's either my answer. Or my other answer is, you know, first of all, I appreciate you telling me that. But maybe this is just not going to work out between us, because that is something that is at the core of who I am, and I'm not willing to change that. But I'm not going to sit there and argue with you and go back and forth. So you can yell at me and do whatever you want to do, but I'm not going to be sitting there and arguing with you at all, right? So I don't argue, you guys. Don't argue with people. Don't argue with anybody. It depletes your brain's money. Remember, I'm giving you guys $10 a day. Money in the brain, like money in the bank, but it's in the brain. $10 a day. Don't deplete those $10 a day from your brain on nonsense, people. Don't deplete it on nonsense, because guess what? You might have to lose that money. You might have to withdraw from that $10 a day I have from you. You might have to withdraw $6, $7. You might have to withdraw exactly 23. You got to be nice to people, right? Definitely. But you might have to withdraw $6, $7 just from work. Just from work. What's going on, Interstellar Traveler? Just from work. It might be things that you have to withdraw. That $10 a day I'm giving you, that money in the brain, it might take, your work might be so stressful that might be $6, $7 right there. You might leave work with only $3 left in your brain I gave you. You see what I'm saying? And so you might not be able to avoid that, because you might need your job. You see what I'm saying? You need your money. So that might be a negative depletion that you can't avoid, because you got to go to work, because you need to pay your bills. So if you got to deplete some of that $10 from your brain, or majority of that $10 from your brain, because of the stress you feel from work, well, then you can't even afford to have stress from arguing with people on social media, arguing with people at home. Forget all that. You got enough brain money depletion from work. Man, you don't need to be arguing with people. Otherwise, don't argue with I don't argue with nobody. I sit, just like I sit right there. They could be yelling. I'd be like this. Mm-hmm. And then they'd be like, "You're not going to say anything?" you know how females are, right? You're not going to say anything? Are you done? Okay, well. So what do you suggest that we do? Do you suggest that we break up, or do you suggest that we stay together? I'm not going to argue with you, right? So I don't argue with people. Don't argue with people. Just come up with a solution. What's the solution? No matter how much they argue and want you to get mad back with them, don't get mad back with them. You just ask them, what's the solution? That's it. That's all you got to ask them. What's the solution? Right? That's it. That's all you got to say. What's the solution? Man, so this is part one. This is part one of Money in the Brain, right? This is part one. All right? I'm going to continue next Diversity Outspoken episode. So just remember, you guys, money in the brain, you get $10. This is how you view it. This is how you view your everyday. View your everyday like this. You get $10 a day in your brain. $10 deposited. Money in the brain, right? Like money in the bank, okay? Chain can't rattle by itself. Beautiful jewel? Exactly. A chain can't rattle by itself, all right? Chain can't rattle by itself. If if you got somebody who wants to argue with you, the only way that you can that gives them the energy to be able to argue with you is if you argue back. If you sit there calmly, they're going to get so frustrated. They can't argue with themselves, you guys. All right? So eventually it'll die out because they're going to get bored. They're going to get bored, okay? So every day you get $10 deposited in your brain every day, okay? Money in the bank, money in the brain, right? So $10 every day. Make sure that you try to hold on to as much money in your brain as possible by the end of the day. And that will lead to a happier life. All right? This is step 1 on leading to a happier life. All right? Step 1 on leading to a happier life, right? Exactly. Beautiful jewel, the most beautiful jewel is the most beautiful gem in the world, right? Because a jewel is a gem. And beautiful jewel is the most beautiful gem on earth. I love her to death. And so she says, exactly. And my brother from another mother, 23, he says, yes, as if you argue back, for sure, right? He says also because it's like they're talking to themselves, right? And you're sitting there calm. Exactly. How do you know if you lose money? So you lose money by putting yourself in situations, 23, I was saying before, but I'm going to post this on YouTube, of course, and then later on Instagram. But you lose money by putting yourself in situations that are not necessary that you need to do. So, for example, arguing with somebody on social media. Just block them. I don't argue with anybody on social media, okay? I don't argue with anybody on social media. Block them. Send them to a block party. Start a block party. Right? If a bunch of people won't try to get with you on social media, if 20 people coming at you on social media, block 20 people. It's a block party, baby. Block, 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 block. Who else want to get blocked? Block, block, block party, block party. Block, 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 block party, block. YouTube, block, block. You can block them, man. So block party them. You know what I'm saying? Just block them. Forget it. So things like that. 23. That's how you keep that money and don't lose that money in your brain every day. Don't lose it on things that you can avoid. Like, don't lose it on stressful things you can avoid. Social media, arguing with people at home, and things like that. If somebody wants to argue with you at home, you don't have to ignore them. If it's your mother or things like that, just be like, look, mom, like, look, dad, like, I'm sorry, but, like, I won't do it again. You know what I'm saying? Or, like, let me know what I did wrong. Or let me know how I can fix this. Or let me know. Or if it's your significant other, which for most of us is probably like, you know, who we're in a relationship with, whether it's a husband or wife, boyfriend or girlfriend or something like that, just be like, look, like, I'm not going to argue with you. And usually at the very beginning, if somebody wants to argue, right, you just say, look, like, I'm not going to argue with you. And if they still continue to argue, then you just sit there quiet. Because don't keep repeating yourself saying, look, I'm not going to argue with you, because even you responding is making them continue to go longer and longer and longer and longer. Say it one time. Be like, all right, look, I know you're upset. Let's come to a conclusion, but I'm not going to sit here and argue with you. I'm going to tell you that right now before you get started. I'm not going to sit here and argue with you. And that's it. That's all you got to do. And sit there, and either they're going to logically be like, all right, well, look, I just didn't like the way that you calmly, or they go to da-da-da-da-da. From that point on, just sit there. Sit there, look at TV. They might grab the remote, turn the TV off, stare at the wall. Just sit there and stare at the wall. Hum a song in your head. They don't even got to know. You can hum a song in your head. Just go through the whole song. Go through a playlist in your head. Just hum all your favorite songs in your head to yourself. Then continue to argue. It's not even going to bother you. Don't even matter. Right? And then say, all right, so what's the solution? Because this is the thing. You have to listen to them to know what they're mad about, right? But they're going to tell you that within the first 30 seconds. You'll know what they're mad about within the first 30 seconds of them explaining it. So for the rest of the time, the other 15, 20 minutes they're just arguing, all they're doing is repeating themselves in different sentence format. That's all they're doing. They're just using different words and different sentence formats to say the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over. That's all they're doing. So in the first 20, 30 seconds, you're going to know exactly what they're mad about. So if they continue for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, that's all stuff you don't even need to listen to, because you already know what they're upset about. So just hum to yourself in your mind. That's all you got to do. Don't even stress it. But definitely, man, don't waste moments, people. What's going on, Mary Bell? How you doing? What's going on, Mary Bell? You mostly know what they're mad about before the argument starts. Absolutely, 23. Perfect point. Before the argument starts, you guys, you pretty much will know what they're mad about. For sure. A lot of times that happens. It is sometimes. Sometimes you don't, but a lot of times you do, right? A lot of times you will. What's going on? What's going on, 37? I see you. But definitely. So definitely every day, what's going on? Pad on, pad on, pad on. What's going on? It's all good. So every day, you guys, you get money in the brain. Just like money in the bank, $10 in your brain. I'm giving you $10 every day, money in your brain. And you do not want to deplete that money on situations that are stressful that you can easily avoid. All right? So keep that in mind. This is part 1. Next time, I'm going to get into part 2, and we're going to talk about jealousy and hating. Jealousy and hating, and thus that means people that are jealous and hating on you. That also could be good for you guys, because it could be me. I could be talking about also you guys that might be jealous and hating on other people, you guys, and how that will deplete money in your brain. So the next one is jealousy and hating. Don't do it. Look, these are my notes. See my notes? Money in the brain, $10 a day, right? Which is where we stopped, right here. This is where we stopped. The next one, jealousy, hating, don't. My notes for next time. All right, so got next time already scheduled up for you guys. Got next time ready to go. My next time is ready to go. So next time we're gonna be jealousy and hating. That's where we're gonna start off at next time. Okay, jealousy and hating. All right, so this is about money in the brain. How to be happier. This is all about how to be happier in your day-to-day life. This is what this is all about. How to be happier in your day-to-day life. I'm giving you tips on how to be happier in your day-to-day life. Imperialism. 23, I see you. It's all good. Good morning to me. Thank you very much. Interstellar Traveler, I am in China right now. Good morning to me and good night to you. Definitely take care of my sister. I appreciate it. Imperialism. U.S. imperialism. So you guys have to talk about South America, right? The big stick, Teddy Roosevelt. 23, Teddy Roosevelt's going to come up, right? The big stick, Teddy Roosevelt. Puerto Rico's going to come up. The Philippines will come up about imperialism. The Philippines, Puerto Rico. What else is going to come up? Part of Cuba. There's going to be something about Cuba. The Spanish-American War and Cuba and stuff like that's going to come up. All right. So definitely imperialism. U.S. imperialism. All right. U.S. imperialism. That's when America expanded, right? That's when we expanded and started to colonialize. And we kind of like, grew our nation, grew our Navy. Navy's going to be a big deal about that. 23, you're going to learn about the Navy, how the Navy came about, or we really took our Navy to the next level in the United States and grew that Navy through that imperialism phase. Definitely. All right? Yeah, for sure, 23. History's my thing, my brother. Anything you ever want to know, man, you can always ask me. I'm always here for you, my brother. You guys know that. Thank you very much, people. I appreciate it. Old Dog, Anti-Imperial to chill, man. Old Dog, Anti-Imperial to chill. The Spanish-American War, 23, definitely. The Spanish-American War, that's what it's all about, right? Imperialism. For sure. Old Dog, Anti-Imperial to chill. You guys going to get into about Asia and how we mistreated the Chinese. That's part of that. That kind of starts to go into that part also. Yellow media and stuff like that. Things like that. So all that, man, you're taking me back, my brother. You're taking me back, you guys. That's where my master's degrees and stuff like that are in. So, history it rolls through me like a movie, man. Like history plays in my mind like a movie. So if you're like, man, go back to this time. I'm like okay, what do you want to know, right? And I see the movie in my mind, right? So whatever year we go to, I see the movie in my mind, or time period that we go to, I see the movie in my mind. It's all good. Rebellion Crowd, you were the best history teacher I've had. Learned so much. Love you. Definitely Rebellion Crown in the building. It's all good. But definitely, man, Old Dog, Anti-Imperial to chill, you guys. Old Dog is kind of like the sexually explicit type of clown. He's a clown. He's funny. Anti-Imperial is the center of who I am, and this is my artist name, my music name, right? Old Dog, Anti-Imperial to chill. Anti-Imperial is the center of who I am. He's all about history and politics, social issues, religion, upliftment, education, sociology, physiology, psychology, philosophy. That is Anti-Imperial. And the chill is the one that's all about love and falling in love, and he's a hopeless romantic and things like that. You can follow me on Instagram at anti_imperial. On Instagram, there will be an underscore here, that little line at the bottom. That's called an underscore. On Instagram, it's at anti_imperial. On YouTube, it's just Anti-Imperial. Just Anti-Imperial on YouTube, Anti-Imperial with a space in between. The easiest way to subscribe to my YouTube channel, everybody, is to go to my Instagram bio page. If you have me on Instagram, go to my Instagram bio page. You guys know we all get that IG bio page. We all get that Instagram bio page. If you go to my Instagram bio page, there we all get that link, on our IG bio pages, our Instagram bio page. We all have a link there, and we have space for that link. That link will always be my latest video, you guys. And you guys go to my Instagram bio page, go to that link, click the link. My latest video will always come up. It's a YouTube video, and when that video comes up, just hit the subscribe button right there, and you will be subscribed. And you want to subscribe to my YouTube because I put a lot of stuff on YouTube first before I put things on Instagram, all right? Rebellion Crown. Love you to death. Doing that now. Definitely love you to death, Rebellion Crown. Definitely power, respect. Power and respect. It's all good. Thank you very much, you guys. We call this Diversity Outspoken. We do this every Wednesday and every Sunday. 9:00 p.m. United States Eastern Time Zone, because I do this for you guys. See, I'm in China right now, and for me right now, it's early in the morning, right? For me, it is Thursday morning, 9:47 a.m. right now. Right now, for me, it's Thursday morning, 9:47 a.m., right? But for you guys, I do this for you guys, so I use United States Eastern Time Zone times, right? So we do this Diversity Outspoken Wednesday nights, 9 p.m. What's going on, Diamond? How you doing? Wednesday nights, 9 p.m. All right, United States Eastern Time Zone. And Sunday nights, 9 p.m. United States Eastern Time Zone. Diversity Outspoken. We call it Diversity Outspoken because we speak about a diverse range of topics, right? We speak about a diverse range of topics, which means we speak about anything and everything diverse, right? And we are outspoken or straight to the point or straight up with it, right? Straight to the point about everything that we talk about. The only thing I ever ask is that you guys respect one another when we're here, when we're speaking, which is always a reality and never a problem, because I have you guys, and you guys are the best in the world. So you can agree with me, disagree with me, it doesn't matter. I'm always open to whatever you say. Just always be respectful to myself and to one another, because we're all a big family here. So I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining me. You guys take care. I'll see you next time. We will continue everything about the money in the brain. Not money in the bank, but money in the brain. Money in the bank? Nope. Money in the brain. Yes. So we'll continue part 2 about the money in the brain. And I appreciate you guys. Take care. Have a wonderful rest of the week. I will see you guys. All right. Have a great weekend. If I don't talk to you before then, take care, you guys. Love all of you guys. Okay. Hope the best for all of you guys. I will see you guys next time. All right. Have a good night. Bye-bye. Or a good morning. Bye-bye. Peace. Take care. Bye-bye.